Good afternoon and happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces, guys. Sorry about this. I got the most craziest color combinations going on right now. Normally this is just not even here, but I put it here right now because I needed something to rest my head on, because I'm currently washing all of my my bedding, and the only thing that was already clean was this, and so I wanted to like lean against it. Like, I don't have any pillows because all of my pillowcases are dirty except for my body pillow, so I have this doubled up behind me right now so I could sit on here because I wanted to watch some like shows, and all my stuff, I've been washing my stuff pretty much ever since I was finished babysitting. The problem is when I wash my bedding, it's not that washing it takes forever, it's the drying it. Drying it takes, like, it seems like over an hour normally. It's like, which our dryer setting, I can do it to like set to detect like if it's still dry, which normally works for all regular clothes, but the problem is that with the blankets, like, they'll sometimes get folded up on top, like inside of themselves or whatever, and so the inside of the blanket might still wind up wet and the outside is all dry, so the dryer thinks that it's dry when it's really not. So then I have to switch it to like a time setting, like, and I'll pull it out and like unfold it and everything like that. So I just had to go do that with all of my other stuff, mainly with the comforter that's in there, and then the rest of my pillowcases and bedding and all that kind of stuff, the sheets and everything are also in that load. So that's why it's, like I said, I have all this random stuff in my room. So this is back here because I was leaning up against it so that I could, like I said, had some cushion, because I only have one like pillow, which is like I said, the body pillow that's doubled up that I'm sitting on or leaning up against. So when I was in here watching shows, I was at least somewhat comfortable. But guys, today Jack didn't actually start school. He starts school tomorrow, but today was the first day that I kind of like babysat on my own, and honestly guys, I think it went over pretty well, because we actually ended up like, he kept asking though, he's like, where's Jack? Is Jack gonna come like down or anything like that? Because he kind of stayed up in his room for most of the day today. Just like he had things that he needed to get together for school anyway, and he did have football practice at, I think it started like 3 o'clock, so I think he started getting ready like 2:30 or 2:15 or something like that. So he wasn't like really around anyway for like the end part of the day, but he was like in the morning, and he came down here to like set up the TV and stuff like that, and then he was like doing something else, and he even mowed the lawn today, like, you know, just trying to get like some of that stuff done, because obviously he has practices, I think, going to like 6 o'clock, so he's gone from literally like 7:30 or so in the morning, at least like tomorrow when he starts school, from 7:30 pretty much in the morning until 6 o'clock at night, I think, is when practice is over. Maybe that was around the time he got home today. So he's gone for like almost 12 hours, I think 11 hours during the day, because yeah, school and football is like a very long scheduled day. So like I said, just like that kind of stuff, like obviously if he gets home from school after football, like then he could mow the lawn, but it's still like he's got like no time, you know, pretty much. So he was like, let me get that taken care of, instead of, because he didn't take care of it over the weekend, which I told both him and Matthew, like, mow the lawn, you know, because normally he does the front yard and Matthew mows the backyard. And so I told him over the weekend, and neither of them listened to me. So then I was like, okay, well, you gotta like get that taken care of, and you know, other just like chores and things like that that he needed to get set up and ready for school and all that kind of stuff. And so he was doing that like today, so he wasn't really around. Like, he kind of popped in and out, but the little boy that we're babysitting for, he just kept asking, like, is Jack gonna come? Like, is Jack, you know, and stuff like that. And I was like, no, he's getting his things together and getting ready because he's got school tomorrow. And it just kind of worked out better too for me to, like, you know, kind of like I said, just do today as kind of a test day. Like, could I set up like the Wii or whatever, because that's what we ended up watching Netflix on this morning when like we watched a movie while he has breakfast, and then we'll watch like a TV show or two while he has lunch. And so it's like me figuring out how to maneuver through everything, which like on the Xbox I kind of got, but we had the Wii set up downstairs, or the Wii U was set up downstairs, and so it was again kind of me maneuvering my way around and figuring out like, okay, how do I get to this, how do I, you know, turn it off. And then he wanted to play a game too, so we switched to that, and like, you know, I was having to figure out pretty much everything today, and I tried to do it pretty much all by myself without needing to like ask Jack, because normally he'll just set that kind of stuff up. But yeah, so he will actually still pretty much, he ends up leaving about the time the little boy comes anyway in the morning. He comes at 7:30 and Jack, or 7:30, like 7:40, and Jack is leaving for school at 7:30. So Jack will be able to still, like in the mornings, he can probably still like just make sure that like I can set it up, like it's at least still working in the morning, and two will both be up at the same time. So he's waking up pretty much at the same time that we've been babysitting all summer, so he can still, you know, like wake me up, like be like, hey Kayla, you know, you gotta get up too, because I am not always really good with that. Today I kind of woke up on my own, but I think I've told you guys my real problem is that like I will wake up and I'll be like, oh okay, it's 7 o'clock, I'm awake, and then I'll be like, you know what, I'll just wait, my alarm clock's gonna go off in like, you know, another 8 minutes, I'll just wait for it to go off, or 7 minutes or whatever it is that it goes off again. And it's like, I'll just wait that long, and then like I'll fall back asleep, and then I'll like hit the buzzer again, and then I'll fall back asleep again, and before I know it, it's like almost 7:30, and I'm like, I should probably get up right now. And it's like I'm still totally awake, like it's just, I'm really like, I'm just so tired and so out of it that I don't realize like I need to actually get up. Like my brain can't do math and figure out like, okay, I actually only have 10 minutes to get ready before he gets here, like I should probably be up. Instead I'm being like, oh, I got like 2 hours, you know, I can fall back asleep. Like I can't, my brain doesn't function that much in the morning to figure out what is like going on in time and when he's coming and stuff like that. Which his mom said though, next, I think starting next week, I think she said either Mondays and Wednesdays or Tuesdays and Fridays. I think Mondays and Wednesdays she'll be bringing him by like 8:45, I think, because she starts school I think next week. So I don't know if those are the days that she has school, so then that's when she like she starts later, or if she is starting work later, like because of, I don't know. She sent me a message. We were actually talking like a lot when she came to pick him up today about like all kinds of stuff, but she was like, I totally forgot to tell you that like next week. So I think like I'm only babysitting now for 3 more weeks I think before he goes back to school. So next week and then the following week after that, I will have 2 days where it's like babysitting at least a little bit later, so I can sleep in just a tad bit on those 2 days, until like I said almost 8:30, which is nice because that's when like we used to like the first week we were babysitting at that time. Like I said, I at first thought that that was really difficult, and now I'm like, holy cow, like 8:30 would totally be sleeping in. Like that's honestly, even on the weekends now, like I barely sleep in past like 8-9 o'clock. Like randomly if I stay up really late I might end up sleeping in, but like on Saturdays when we go to the grocery store I'm up at like, you know, 7 o'clock. And when on last Sunday too, I think I was up by like before 9 o'clock or something like that. That was yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday. Holy cow, guys. You know when you get up early, like the morning ends up feeling like yesterday because it feels like it was so many hours ago? That's kind of how my days have been feeling, guys. Like seriously. So yeah, but today everything, like I said, pretty much went over pretty smoothly. The only thing is I noticed with the Wii U that we ended up having this problem twice today while we were watching the movie. For some reason it was like spazzing out, and like I don't know what it was doing, but the whole like movie started like almost like skipping, like, you know, if you have like a DVD or whatever that you're watching and like it's all scratched up, you know how it's like starts skipping like that? That's literally what started happening with the like, and it was on Netflix, so I don't know what happened. But then it happened again later where like the screen blacked out for like a couple seconds and then it came back on, but it didn't start skipping like it had earlier in the morning when we were like watching like the movie for breakfast, and then we were having lunch, it was doing it again, and we were just watching like a TV show. So I almost wonder if it was because like the gamepad was turning off, which is weird though, because Jack said he's never had that problem ever. Like this was the first time that something like that ever happened. But normally when he watches like Netflix or YouTube, like he winds up watching it on the gamepad and not actually on the TV. So I kind of think like maybe that was the only thing I could possibly think of what it was. But I had to actually like turn off the whole unit and then turn it back on, which again is like only when it's me though that like is using something something like that would happen though, because Jack's had this thing for like years and it's never had a problem like that. And then all of a sudden I'm put on Netflix so we can watch it with the little boy, and it like is like spazzing out and I have to get Jack to come and help me. And literally today, and like I said too though, we used it I think a few times earlier this week and nothing happened to it, or not this week but like last week. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe not on Friday, maybe we didn't, maybe we were watching it on the 360, but it was just really weird. Like it's only my luck that like, you know, and then like something happens like that again tomorrow and Jack's not here and I'm like, I don't know how to fix this. Like, you know, we pretty much can't use this at all for the rest of the day today, which, you know, like, I mean, we still have cable and I still have the 360, the Xbox that I can set up so we could still like watch something on there, but you know, it's like nice and helpful that, you know, we can put that on and then just use it later if he's gonna like play a game or something like that, because Jack has got the Disney, what is that, Infinity, and the little boy you're babysitting for, he loves that game, like seriously. It's like with all the little like figurines, and you put them on like the gamepad and then you bring them into the actual game, which is like really cool. So he like really likes that game, which it used to be Minecraft and that's what we were playing like pretty much the majority of his whole babysitting time, but now he's like really likes this game, so I'm like, that's good. But yeah, if like I said we wind up having a problem where the Wii is like seriously not even working, I don't know what to do. So yeah, but everything other than that went fine. But tomorrow my dad's like, oh, why don't you clean up the bathroom and stuff like that, like I was like, you know, previously, but it hasn't been cleaned in the last 2 weeks, or like it hasn't been picked up in the last 2 weeks, so I haven't cleaned the bathroom. So but like now my dad wants me to, and I have to babysit too, so I'm like, okay, I don't know, like what am I supposed to like do? Should I try and do it in the morning, like while he's having breakfast watching the movie? Because normally like that was the time like Jack would do something with him and entertain him. I'd, you know, clean the bathroom, and then I'd come back and we did something else, and like sometimes that was when we would like switch off, you know, and like Jack would go mow the lawn, and you know, like I said, I clean the bathroom or the living room, you know, on the days that I do that. But yeah, now it's like, okay, Jack's not here, like, you know, what if he needs something or something's not working, or, you know, like I don't just want to leave him. But yeah, so like I said, I gotta figure out, I don't even know for sure tomorrow too if I'm cleaning up, because it looked like nobody picked up anything, even though my dad was like trying to get on people to pick their things up, but nobody looks like they did it. So if it doesn't get taken care of, then I'm not picking up or cleaning tomorrow because it wasn't picked up. Anyways, guys, also too, I edited today and I am less than a week behind, so I'm like literally editing I think I already edited last Monday's vlog, so I'm pretty much already caught up with or not completely, but I'm like less than a week behind with being caught up with everything, which is good. So anyways though, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.